Hello YouTubers, Big Daddy here again with a stimulating and tantalizing video. In this video we're going to cover the surveys. What's a survey? This is a woodworker survey. There are surveys for all of the crafting abilities, and basically what it is here, we're going to use it. It's a map. It's going to show you where on this map the location of this survey has been taken, and it's going to show you where this wood is. It says it's right here. This is in Cold Harbor. But what we're going to do, take a look at the map. We're at locations. We're going to go to Cold Harbor, and we're going to look on the map. See here, this is jewelry crafting survey. Here is Blacksmith survey. Here is the woodworking survey that we saw. Now, normally these red X's wouldn't be here, but if you have the add-on like I do, I'm using map pins. And if we look over here in the filters, it's going to have it checked that we want to see that. There we go. Lost treasure survey maps. It's got a check in the box, so that's why they're showing up on the map. Okay, now, because I have easy travel add-on, I can just open my map and I can right click on Cold Harbor. It's going to find whoever is in one of my guilds is in Cold Harbor, and it's going to jump to the closest way shrine to them. It's the easiest way to get around. That's why it's called easy travel. Alright. One thing I like to do to my stop here at this location in Cold Harbor. Real quick side note, I got to get all the cheese. Grab the tomatoes, get us some meat that's hanging up, fish. Always an apple and banana over here, just a banana today. A sack, barrel. That's just something I like to do because this is my main crafter and I like to have all the supplies. Now I'm going to go back to the shrine. I'm going to find, this is our woodworking survey right here. I'm going to jump up here. Actually, first I'm going to click F so it drops a little mark. I'm going to click confirm. We're going to travel to the next way shrine. And now you can see on my compass up there, you can see the red X, but sometimes if it's farther from the way shrine, you can't see it, and woo, we don't want to go that way. That's why I dropped the mark on there, because if you're not close enough, you can't see the red X, and this gives you the general direction that you need to go to get to the red X, and when you get close enough, the red X will appear on the compass. And here we go. Here is the survey. Now you look, it's pristine ruby ash. There's always 6 of them. Sometimes they're not laid out neatly like this. Sometimes they're kind of jumbled around. But I don't have keen eye, which is a point here in crafting for woodworking. Let's pop one in there. There we go. Now it's going to give them just a little bit of a glow. The more points you have in there, the higher that glow is, so you can see it farther away. But I'm going to grab this. If you look down here on the right, I got 18 ruby ash. And that's what makes the survey so nice, is because, now that was 20. Looks like another 18. Another 18. Another 18. And another 18. So you see how many we ended up getting that's what makes these so nice. It's because you are restocking all of your crafting needs, all of the materials that you're going to need for crafting. And let's take a look here at my surveys. Now, see all these surveys that I have in here? Blacksmith, clothing, enchanting, jewelry. Look at that. I must have probably about 25, 30 in there right now. Some of these are doubled, and I'll show you how to do it. We'll do a double one next. See, a lot of these, there's two of them. Now, all these surveys come from my main 5 guys that I do my daily writs on. In the reward bag, you get them. So, this is about a week's worth. About every weekend, I like to do my surveys to get them out of my bank. Get everything all stocked up nice and neat. Oh, excuse me, just banged my microphone there. Alright, so let's go back in here. And let's find one of those double ones. Here we go. We got one in Craglorn. So, we're going to pop on over to Craglorn. I could use the Way Shrine, but I've gotten so used to using the Easy Travel that that's what I do. It doesn't cost anything to use. It's just like if you open up your guild, right-clicked on a player in your guild, and travel to the player. It just makes it all automated. Gotta have a drink of tea there. Hot tea. Alright. So let's open up again here and take a look at Craglorn. It is a woodworkers survey. So now I'm going to go to the Way Shrine. I'm going to find the woodworkers, that's clothing. And that is the woodworker survey. So I'm going to hop up here to the Dragonstar Way Shrine. Alright, I'm at Dragonstar, and if you look, you can still see my mark that I dropped in Cold Harbor. But because that red X is farther away, I can't see it. But if we drop, hover over it, click F, puts a nice little diamond on it. Now we can see it's in that general direction. Now you can faintly see the red X on the compass. Now, one thing about Cold Harbor is I always stop and pick up all the mats here on the way. Why? Because Cold Harbor, when you pick up mats, you have a chance of getting something Nern. The Nern Crux, 3 variations. This is where you get it. It's a random drop. It's like, it doesn't drop very easily, very often. But getting all the mats. I was hoping maybe we'd get one so you could see. Now, I'm getting things other than what I'm picking up, and that's things you need for crafting home items. Here's a bad guy. As my crafter, I always like to pick up everything. There's my monster helm going off. The monster helm that I'm using is the Chokethorn's Visage. It's going to drop that little plant that heals you when you use a healing ability. There he is, healing me again. And that effect will heal other people. Oh, passed it. Now, don't look like we're going to get a Nern Crux. Oh, there's some more Rubidite. Oh, here's a bunch of them. Let's kill all these guys. Now, my main crafter is a Wood Elf Nightblade healer. He's also a vampire. Now, this is one of my first characters that I created. And being a vampire healer, he should have been a dark elf. And one of these days, I'm gonna catch those race change tokens on sale. Gonna buy one. No, I guess we're not gonna be lucky enough to get an urn crack to show you what it is. But here we go. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one's a little bit more spread out. You can see here, all pristine. And this is ruby ash because this is my main crafter. See, 20, all 20s for this one. There's an 18, 18, and an 18. Okay, we're gonna go in here and crafting and woodworking. See, I have all the points and everything except for Kenai. So that's why he's getting ruby ash. If you go on somebody who doesn't have all the points, they're gonna get right here, this woodworking's 10 out of 10. You're gonna get the wood depending on how many points you have in there. So if you're gonna do the surveys, I would do it on your crafter that has all of the points and everything so that you get the most expensive stuff that you're gonna need. One more thing to grab here, some corn flour. Yep, I told you that Nern Crux is hard to get. One thing that is cool about Craglorn is when you're getting the surveys, you also have a chance to be getting the Nern Cracks. I've gotten that a couple times. Now, it doesn't come from things that are floating in the air. It's got to be a crafting node. I don't know why it doesn't work. You'd think that the butterfly would be considered a node. No, not really. The nodes are something that comes out of the ground, is what I've been told. Whether or not that's correct, not sure. But you see all these things here we're getting, and we have yet to get any of the Nern Cracks. Excuse me. That's why I'm drinking the hot tea, getting a little bit of tickle in my throat. But here we go. We'll do one more, that way this video is not so lengthy. Got another Craglorn. We'll open up the map. We're going to right click on Craglorn, and away we go. Now, I did show you 2 of the woodworker surveys. This one's going to be a different one. This one, oh, we actually ended the one closest. So this will be Ancestor Silk, and this is going to be also the Rubidite. And the Rubidite is going to be, they're in Trapper's boxes, I think is what it says. And those are just going to be boxes on the floor that you click on. Now, I have had people ask me about seeing them. Can everybody see them? No, they can't. I've gone and done surveys with other people, and they don't see what I'm looking at. Now, this one hopefully is not going to be up there, because sometimes this is the problem about getting surveys. The terrain in ESO, it's going to be up there. So we're going to have to mount. It can be right next to you. And then you get there and it's like, oh no, it's up the mountain. I got to go all the way around. So sometimes you kind of got to look at the terrain on the map. It can get a little frustrating, but the reward, in my opinion, it outweighs the frustration. Oh, there's some Ancestor Silk. Yeah, but so you see how rare it is to get the Nern Crux. I mean, that's got to be at least a couple of dozen things we've picked up. Oh, here's somebody in help. Somebody might need some help. We'll throw a heal on them. Sometimes people appreciate that. Sometimes they don't. Is it going to be one more? Yes, it is. Here we go. We'd have to fight our way just to get our crafting moves. Yeah, there's that funky lag again. I can't wipe them out as quick as some of you guys can, because like I said, this is my healer. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. And that's what you have to deal with some of the surveys. Now this is just in the middle of a village of enemies here. You can do your best to go around. This frame rate stuff is just horrible. And we're gonna have to get all this platinum. Sometimes I get the Nernkrux and I don't even realize it, so if I'm not looking down at that right corner, I don't see it. There we go. See, now we got the red X showing up on the compass. A couple more of these bad boys to get through. You gotta love that disco move right here. It's funnel health. That's what I'm doing. I'm draining their health with my disco move. Yeah, sometimes I find myself singing Staying Alive in my head when I'm doing that, because that's what he looks like he's doing. So here we go. Now we're finally at the survey. This is Lush Ancestor Silk, and these are the boxes I was talking about, the Furrier Traps. You get 2 of these, you get 4 of those usually. I don't think I've ever seen a difference. Now Furrier Traps, you're going to get the Rubidoux. 32 of those, Lush Ancestor Silk. 18. 20 and 18, and some crawlers for that too. Fish and bait, that's what crawlers is. And 20. No Nernkrux. So that is the different surveys. Now, depending on what you have, you're going to find the wood. You're going to find the jewelry is going to be platinum and some pewter. I think it's all platinum for me on this guy. I was going to show you a double one, so let's go to Bankarai real quick. Let me show you what happens on a double one. Because some people have a different way of doing this. And a double means that you have 2 surveys, so you're going to go to the location, you're going to get it. What I do is I get on my mount and I ride off. And I come back. Now, I don't know if it's the distance from where the survey is, or if it's the amount of time that it took me to get away from it before it spawns again, but it'll come back on the same exact location. But now I've talked with people, because I've done this in groups before with people doing surveys, and everybody kind of has their own opinions. Some people say, no, it's the time, no, it's the distance. Other people are like, oh, well, let's just refresh your UI and it'll reappear. Okay, so I got an enchanter. That was a jewelry one, so it's probably, there we go. So I'm gonna pop on down here to this one. And again, I better look, because there's some mountainous areas. I think it might be easier. No, those are all mountains too. It might be easier to go up the road. So I'm gonna go to this one, go up the road here to there. Now, going in a group doesn't really make a difference. It's just a way to kind of kill time in a group. And I need to drop mark there. There we go. And we're gonna super speed this. I don't have rapid maneuvers loaded, and on the other one has bars, but I can still hold down my sprint and haul some major booty. Always picking up everything along the way. To some people, they're like, oh, picking up crafting materials is just so boring. Yeah, it can be. But, I mean, having some patience is cool, but it's reaping the rewards. And when I say reaping the rewards, it is, I do the daily writs on at least 5 of my guys every day, and that uses up a lot of my stuff, a lot of my material, so I want to make sure that I'm constantly replenishing that without having to purchase it. And I should probably put on some food. And some people have asked me, I whack the materials, it only takes 2 for most, and it's only taking you 3. Hey, why is it only taking you 3? It takes me 2. That comes from your champion points. Yeah, there's like some major lag going on today. Yeah, I didn't realize that I hit that guy all the way over there. Okay, all for the blessed thistle, and sometimes you get something out of the wasp's nest too here. Essence of Magicka, yay! Here we go. Now this is a jewelry crafting one. Rich platinum. See? So this is worth it, because this stuff is pretty spendy, because jewelry crafting is still fairly new. And that's going to give me platinum, pulverized titanium, platinum dust. So there we go. That is a different one. That is jewelry, and this was a one that we have 2 on. So we'll pop on the map, and the X is back. You see that? But look, it's still there because I have the survey in my inventory, but it's not here. So what I do, it's all right down here. Man, that is... I'm probably going to have to restart my PC. These frame rates are ridiculous. Now, I don't know if that was going to be a long enough distance. There we go. It's back. Same exact location. And that's how you handle when you got tube in your inventory. Now, like I said, a lot of people say, oh, just reload your UI. That takes more time than hopping on your mount and riding far enough away and coming back. Now, you see, it wasn't very far of a distance that I rode. So, in my opinion, I think that's faster. We're going to grab all these wasps for fishing. But that is enchanting surveys. And we're going to wrap up this video with one more look at a map. Let's look at Deshawn. We're going to use it. And I imagine the olden days when you'd have to look at the Deshawn map, drop a marker, and find it. It's so much easier with add-ons. The red X marks the spot. You're good to go. Alright, this is Big Daddy signing off saying I hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy.